going on, guys? So here's this workout's gonna be a full body workout. So this is part of my plan, my routine for the month, the next 4 weeks. I'm gonna see how um, doing full body twice a week. I'll be taking about 4, maybe potentially 5 days of recovery time. I'll have to gauge how my body feels after the first full body workout, and this is just a blog that I'll be doing just to document the effects of doing a full body workout using high intensity protocols versus doing a split. And not that one is better over the other. For me, I mean, I have been doing splits. I've been doing an upper body day and a lower body day. Um, but recently, what I'm trying to achieve, or what I'm aiming for, is I am going to reduce, and I need to reduce a little bit more body fat. Um, I definitely want to get down to at least, well, I haven't taken my measurements yet, but looking to get down to at least 13%, somewhere around there, 13 to 14, or between 13 and 15. I don't know what my body fat percentage is right now. I'm pretty sure it could be around that 17%, 18% range or so. Definitely trying to lose some more fat in the midsection. Obviously looking to get the abs to pop out a little bit more. So, the routine that I'm doing this month is just doing full body twice a week. I'm watching my diet, so I am fasting. I am doing intermittent fasting in the morning, so I don't have anything to eat till about maybe 12 p.m. or 1. And I try to keep a window, or at least I try to keep a 14 to 18 hour fast. As of right now, so with the full body workouts that I'm doing, my diet is, I'm not fully tracking everything. I'm tracking my first meal, so the first amount of calories that I intake at the beginning of the day. And then I'm just mindful of my portions of any meal that I'll have for lunch or dinner. And just so, because again, I'm not tracking everything down to a T. I mean, if I were to say that I'm gonna compete, or I'm looking to compete, then everything would be tracked down to a T, making sure I'm getting every single macro down correctly. But not in this case. And I'm also trying to see what transformation my body, or what changes my body will go through by doing this full body program or routine, and just being mindful of my calorie intake. So the goal is to be still on a calorie deficit, still consume enough protein to rebuild muscle, but I'm definitely letting the workout itself lead the way to achieve the goal of trying to reduce fat a little more, try to reduce a little bit more fat. As you can see here, I'm doing push-ups, so I try to do pause reps, if you will. Pause for a few seconds, try to rep out at least 2 to 3 more. Now we're moving on to back. So I'm doing this kneeling lat pull down to isolate the back. I'm trying to keep it as close as possible to Mike Mentzer's workout, and what he does at the beginning of his ideal routine. He does pre-exhaustion exercises before going into a compound movement. So I don't have a pullover machine here at the gym, so I'm using a cable pulley, doing a kneeling single arm pull down. But I'm trying to drag down, almost like a pullover, pushing down through my elbow. I'm trying to create like a curve with my elbow down towards into the back to kind of mimic that pullover. So it's like imagining the pad under your elbow and you just pressing and driving down and squeezing the lat. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. I believe I do, let's see, 2 sets. A warm-up set and my working set to failure. Because once my lats are pre-exhausted here, then I jump right into the lat pull down. I try to perform at least 6 to 10 reps, and then within that rep range. And my cadence kind of varies. I like going slow, but I also sometimes do opt for like a 5 or 4 second cadence for the eccentric portion, or for both actually, concentric and eccentric. There are times where I'm a little faster on the concentric, 2 to 3 seconds, and be a lot slower on the eccentric, where it's like anywhere between 5 to 10 seconds even. Alright, so we're moving on to the lat pull down here. Now, as soon as I got done with that kneeling pull down, single arm pull down, I jump right here to the lat pull down machine, and I'm only doing 1 set here. So I have about 150 pounds here. You can see I am moving a little bit faster on the concentric pulling phase here, but I am slowing it down on the way up. Yep, can't perform it anymore. I like to do a little bit of that static hold on my last rep. Really try to finish off everything I have left. And moving on to T-bar row. So for my upper body, chest, and back, I do like to incorporate 3 exercises. So now that my lats are kind of fried here, so, you kind of think of it as overkill, but this is me just trying to hit all angles or positions, if you will. Both the first 2 ones were a vertical movement, which is me pulling, down, and now I'm doing technically this is still vertical, where I'm pulling down, where I'm pulling up towards me, because a horizontal movement would be me doing a seated cable rows here. But this, technically, if you were to flip me sideways, then I'd be pulling horizontally, so kind of works the same way. Cool, got done with back. Moving on to some upper back and rear delts. This is an exercise I really enjoy and like doing, especially when it comes to posture. I feel like ever since I started doing this exercise right here, it really sort of opened up my frame. My posture is better for it, and it really helps with preventing being slouched, right, or hunched over. And so it's really kind of expanded my frame. So when you walk, you're walking with a proud chest, because you've worked on these muscles, on these back muscles that help with that kind of posture. As you can see here, I am moving much more slower on this movement or exercise. Cool. All right, moving on to shoulders. So laterals. I like to drop sit on these to get that extra effect. I don't really have a workout partner. Um, when I work out, it's at the gym where I train clients at. It's a private gym, trainer and client only. And so I don't really have a workout partner. So most of the exercise that I try to do, I don't really have someone to help me do forced reps, right? Or help me on like drop setting a certain weight to work on the eccentric and whatnot. So I do a lot of drop sets. As soon as I can't perform another rep without breaking form, I'll drop the weight and continue to push for anywhere between 3 to 5 more reps to really do some more inroading on the muscle. Very important to really perform this one slowly. A lot of people always like to rush through the lateral raises. There's a lot of momentum being done when performing lateral raises. Yep. And again, as I get stuck, I try to pause right there in the middle, do a static hold, and push as high as I can until I can't no more. Shoulders are done, upper body's done. So now, moving on to the legs. Again, try to, still keep the model of Mentzer's ideal workout routine. So I'm performing the leg extensions, pre-exhaust the quads here, and you'll see me move on to leg press. Leg extensions, I think, I did 2 sets. Warm-up set just to get the legs warmed up, and then the working set to failure. And a drop set. There's always more. Sometimes you don't know really what your limitation is. I mean, you have to figure that out. What works for you, what's best for your body. Because complete fatigue, in my mind, complete fatigue is exhausting all 3 phases of strength, or 3 levels of strength. All right, so there's the positive, which is concentric, static, which is just holding the weight, no movement, right? And then eccentric, where it's lowering the weight or resisting the weight, resisting against the movement. And to me, if I want to make sure that I really approach failure completely, and that means that I can't push the weight, I can't hold the weight anymore, and it's extremely difficult to then lower the weight. That to me is complete failure. I mean, if you exhaust all 3, what more is there left to do, right? So, I guess I didn't go into leg press. That's right. So leg extensions and Smith machine squats. I think maybe the leg press was being used, but I think Smith machine squats is really good to do. And of course, I use Smith machine squats because, again, I want to push to that failure. Don't have a spotter, so it's actually it can be dangerous to do it on a regular squat. But if you have safety bars, of course, you drop it on a safety bar. And then straight into leg curls. At this point, I'm not doing any warm-up sets. At this point, I'm just going straight into the working set to failure. Because you really don't need to, actually. Once your legs are pumped up, doing leg extensions and then doing squats. I mean, squats require, a good amount of quads, but you definitely use some hamstrings and glutes in there too. Approaching failure. Well, I'm right there at failure, so I'm just trying to do a few more partial reps, baby reps. Probably drops it right here. Oh yeah, my hamstring is getting fried here. Maybe it drops it one more time. I don't know why, but I feel like my hamstrings are always been like the weakest part of my legs here. I mean, I've seen people go 100 pounds or so, 100 plus pounds on these leg curls, but I have a hard time doing that. Can I do 100 pounds? I think so, but I mean, sheesh, probably get only 3 or 4 in. I think that's it, yeah. No more drop sets here. Hamstrings are dead. Yeah, if you're not limping a little bit after you're done, you definitely didn't really push hard enough. Okay, so now we're going to do triceps. Because I leave arms for the last portion of the full body. Now I believe here I only do tricep extensions. I don't do any biceps just for the fact that I'll leave it for the next full body day. Especially since I did my back, so you kind of work out your biceps when you're doing a lat pull down. But I want to build a little bit more thickness in my arms, so I'm doing triceps. Notice that I'm keeping my elbows right under my shoulders at all times. See, a lot of people always do this exercise wrong. And a drop set. Not enough yet. We gotta make sure we go all out, exhaust everything.